Right, part 2. Welcome back. So let's just take a look at what we were doing last time. Last time we'd read our data in, and we'd subsetted it to get all of the China data out, and we plotted the cumulative number of cases for coronavirus using matplotlib, which I think we agreed it looked pretty horrible. I think the first thing we're going to do today is actually convert the data from this cumulative total to a daily total. Okay, so I'm gonna write a function called cum to daily, and I want to be able to feed it any of the data columns for confirmed number of cases, number of deaths, or number of recovered from my my subset. So I'm actually going to feed it a list of values, and it's going to return a list of values which instead of being cumulative, it's going to have the daily total. Okay, so right, so let me just write that down. Takes a cumulative list of values and converts to daily totals, and it's going to take a list. Actually, the list is probably going to be a panda series, so one of my pandas data columns. Okay, let's move down a bit. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to define a new list, and I'm going to put a single value in it, which is 0. Okay, and what I want to do is essentially append to this new list all of the daily totals, which I'm going to calculate in a second. So I'm going to start a for loop here for I in the range, and I want to start. I want it to go through all of the values in the list, almost. So it'll be the length of LST, and I need to convert that to a list first. So I'm basically converting a pandas data series here to a list. So that should give me the length of that list, which at the moment is about 74, I think. But I only want to. I don't want to go to. I don't want to start at value 0. I'm going to start at value 1 in that list. Okay. And then what I'm going to do, opening a semicolon on the end there, I'm going to append to my new list, which has already got one value in it, which is 0. And append the next one, which is going to be again list dot to list. I should probably define this up here. Hang on a second. Cumulative list. That'll be easier, wouldn't it? Right. List, and I'm going to start at I plus 1, so I'm not going to start at the first value, I'm going to start at actually the second value in that list, but I'm going to subtract the first value from it. Okay, which is why I've got the -1 here, because I can't go to the final element because I'll get an index error. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to return the new list. Right, let's run that. So let me show you what happens now. So let's take one of our data series. If I take a look at df confirmed, I run that. Okay, so I've got this data series. These are the indexes here, but these are the number of confirmed cases on a daily basis. You can see they're increasing, but they're only going up because they're adding the number of daily cases to the previous row. So what should happen if I run this function now, which is called q to daily, I get okay. So now I've got another list, but you can see it goes up. There you go. maximum of about 15,000 cases, and then it starts going down again. Well, actually it goes up and down, and then towards the end it sort of starts getting towards 0. Okay, so that's the daily total now that I have. Fantastic. What am I going to do with that? Well, I think what I'd like to do is I'd like to take my subset data frame, remember, which is this one, right, and I would like, instead of having these cumulative totals here, I'd like to have daily totals for each of those. So I'm basically going to run a quick for loop for x in df columns, and it's only columns. Okay, this is column 0, this is column 1. I want everything after 2, so 2, 3, 4. So for x in df columns in the range 2 onwards, I want to replace that column with my new daily total. Okay, so I'm going to put that in there as well. I'm going to run that, and what you should see, I keep getting these. Can I get rid of that? No, it's going to do it anyway. Oh well. If I look at df head now, then it looks about the same. It looks a bit odd because I've got some negative values in there. Is that right? Let me just take a look. Let's plot the cumulative totals, right? Can't be negative, can it? What have I done wrong there? Bear with me, folks. This looks right, and this looks right. Let's have a look at everything. I think it's because, yeah, so I basically put df into it twice. That was silly, wasn't it? So I need to go back and actually get my df again. That was daft, Rob. Right, okay, then let's run this, and then let's run that again. There you go, all positive values now. Thanks for sticking with me, everyone. And what, of course, we can do now is we can take the plot we made above. I'm just going to copy that down to here again, and let's run that. There you go. And now you've got this cumulative total, which is what we want. It's more like the article, but it's still incredibly messy. And of course, I can do it for confirmed, or I can do it for deaths. Do that for deaths as well. There you go. And I think that's all I'm going to do today. Is just get you that far, okay? Right, so in the next video, we're going to sort out this horrible mess on the x-axis and try and get that into something that looks a bit more like this. So here they've done it really nicely, I think. They've only got 3 tick labels on the x, which is just the month, so we're going to try and recreate that. Okay, right, so join me for the next video.